What is up, everybody? Sven Diesel here. We're going to be tying up a balanced zero gravity leech. This isn't my first video doing this. We're going to be utilizing a dubbing brush. I'll go ahead and post a link up here in the upper corner so you know how to make it. We've got an Ahrex FW550 in the vise. This is in a size 6. We also have some Semperfli wax thread in a 12-aught. Let's go ahead and get started here. This is nothing new. I fished quite a number of balanced leeches. What I'm going to do is lay down a very nice thread base here because we are going to be balancing this. This is a hook that's going to ride hook point up, and so to counterbalance the bend of the hook where you've got a tungsten bead, a 3/32 on this embroidery pin, and I'll put a description on all the stuff I'm using in the description of this video. But I want to cut this pin so that it is roughly the length of the hook shank, so it's ending right about where our thread is. And I've tied enough of these to know that this size, this hook, it balances where the tungsten bead is about equal to the eye. Now if you go with a larger bead, you're going to have to suck that a little closer to the bend of the hook. If you go a little bit smaller, which I wouldn't recommend, you're going to have to, of course, extend it out a little bit more, and every hook's a little bit different, so definitely tie some and water test it. I like to super glue this, so I'm going to lay down a little bit of super glue on each side. I think it makes it a little bit more durable, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it again with my thread to really kind of secure that glue, bonding that embroidery pin to the shank of the hook, and then I'll do a couple heavy wraps there at the bend. Be very careful as you jump over that point because we just use wire snips, and so it's got a sharp edge, so you could potentially break your thread. For the tail, we're going to be using this Finch Hunter Marabou in black. This is one of my blue-black combos that has been very effective for me. I love this Fish Hunter's Marabou. As you can see, it's super fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the tip here so that we eliminate the stiffness of the stem in the tail. It gives a little bit more movement, and I'm going to roughly estimate here. I've got a few straggle tips here that I'm going to take off. Little trick I learned from Tim Flagler here. I'm just going to use my scissors and just kind of rip it rather than cut it. It allows still to have a nice taper to it, and then I will roughly do the tail 1.5 times the length of the overall fly, and I'll just tie it in right here at the rear with a few good wraps, and then I'll spiral upwards with some loose wraps to where I get to the bend, do 3 wraps, and then I'll trim it at an angle so that it tapers nicely and gives me room to finish the fly. And be very careful not to cut your thread, and then I'll just proceed backwards down now with some nice tight wraps well into the bend. I'll do some over-unders. What this does is groups the marabou, keeps it on the top of the shank, and we are basically prepping for where I'm going to be tying in the dubbing brush later. You can see how thick it is here versus there's a little step down. I do that so that I can tie in the brush and create a nice uniform body across the whole fly. We're going to be using some gold crystal flash here. I'm just going to snip out half of the strand, right, the zip tie. I'll fold it in half and then cut that so that these are some equal ends so that they're aligned, and then I'll tie it in on my side just with a nice pinch wrap there, and I'll work my way up about 3 to 4 wraps. I'll fold it up and over the shank with 1 or 2 wraps, and then basically put it on the opposing side, working backwards along the tail so that these are basically lateral flash. It's going to taper really nice. I think that crystal flash helps shape the tail and flows really nicely into that marabou. And so we're well into this fly. Now here is the dubbing brush. I'll post a link as I mentioned right here. You can click on if you don't know how to make a dubbing brush. You need a dubbing brush table. I don't think it saves overall time, but right here at the vise you're going to see we have a stainless steel wire core. Instead of doing a dub loop, I simply tie in this brush now where I left that little indentation so that now our body is almost uniform the whole way up to the tungsten bead, with the exception of where I'll finish the fly. I'll super glue this, and you can see we're almost done with this. So it takes a lot of time to make these brushes, but it does save time at the vise. So I think it's about 6s on how much time it takes to tie the fly overall. However, using a dub brush, you're allowed to be a little bit more consistent on your brush. It also has a stainless steel core, so the advantages, I think, outweigh the ability to, if you're going to be mass producing these, then you definitely want to make a dubbing brush. If you're just going to be tying up a handful and want to rotate colors, then I would just do a dubbing loop. So we'll go ahead and tie off that stainless steel Dubbing brush, make sure you use wire cutters. You don't want to ruin your scissors. And then what we're going to do here is I'm just going to pull everything back and kind of just clean that up and create a little indentation where we didn't have that extra Marabou. It's going to be a little bit gap. That's where we tied off the brush, but I got a little fiber here. That's weird. It might have gotten stuck between the embroidery pin. Let me see if I can get it out. No, we'll just leave it. Not gonna. The fish aren't gonna care. So notice how it indents in a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of this Solar bone dry. It's a UV activated UV resin. But what I'm going to do next is, instead of curing it, I'm just going to put on some of this about, I don't know, 8 to 10 fibers of the gold crystal flash here, or iced up here. And by doing this, when we cure the fly in the end, I think it's going to bond it all and make it really nice. So we'll go ahead and wrap this over. I want to get a nice gold collar here, and I'm just filling that little void that we created. I'm going to put a little bit more. I like it to be about the same thickness is where the bead is, and so this is a good exercise to talk about proportions, and you can see that now that's where I like it. And then I'll go ahead and do a nice little black color here. On my other colors of these zero gravity leeches, I do often a red hot spot, but with that gold, I think this has been really effective and allows that blue bead to really pop when it's in the water. So we'll go ahead and do a 3-turn whip finish, and then finish with your thread on the top. And the reason I do that is because I'm going to come in here with that same bone dry and just apply it to that thread right there on the top, and then I'll coat a little bit on the bead there and work my way around. And then as we cure it, it's going to make this a really bulletproof fly and super durable. And you can see that bead has a really unique property under this UV light, and you can see that the hints of the blue and that zero gravity dubbing has been a super effective fly for me in this exact color. I fish these in sizes 4 to 12, but I'd say most of the time it's an 8. Make sure you brush it out just to get any of those loose fibers. I always like to inspect it, since I don't spend a ton of time making these brushes. I look for any really super long out of the normal fibers, but you can see those are generally all about the same length. I'll just pull off a few here right there. And that is it. That is the zero gravity balance leech in the black blue combo. You can see how we use the dubbing brush. It speeds up the tying process quite a bit, because you don't have to do a dubbing loop and insert the materials. But overall, it's about 6s on time. However, I think that the dubbing brush is a little bit more durable. Super effective fly. If you haven't tried it, you don't have to have a dubbing brush. You can just insert it into a dub loop. I have other videos on that. But thank you for watching, and I hope that helps, and hope it pierces some lips for you.